Hi everyone, my name's Sharon and I was recently at a workshop and somebody asked me, how does understanding your cycle actually help your self-esteem? And it's a really interesting question, and I wanted to discuss it today because, to be honest, the reason why I started M Goddess and the reason why I started the Empowerment Cycle program was because of the effect that this knowledge had on me. So I didn't seek out to discover better self-esteem through understanding my cycle. It was something that personally happened for me. So, and it happened for many of my other clients and customers that I was looking after as an aromatherapist. But I wanted to explain why. So, what is self-esteem? So self-esteem or self-awareness, self-perception, they're all different words for basically saying how you actually feel about yourself. And it's the way you talk to yourself, it's the way you feel about yourself, and language that you use and things that you say. And a lot of people would say that they have healthy self-esteem, and there's many that would say that they would have lower self-esteem. What I found that as a younger person, if somebody asked me about my self-esteem, I would instantly say that I had low self-esteem. I used to talk to myself a lot and say negative things to myself. You know, you're ugly, you're fat, you're silly, you're not fit enough, you're not smart enough, you know, all of these things. But what I did was I started charting for a completely different reason. So I started charting because I started aromatherapy and I wanted to learn about my body and how essential oils could help me in my cycle. So I started a charting process and I charted lots of different things, physical conditions, physical aspects of myself. But I also charted my self-talk. And it was a real surprise to me, because what I found was that my perception of low self-esteem was really only justified in a certain time of my month. So at a certain period or a certain phase of my cycle, if you like, that negative talk came up. So all the negative things that I mentioned before, you're not smart enough, you're not fit enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not thin enough. These are the things that came up to me when I was in the premenstrual phase of my cycle. But when I actually charted for the rest of the month, I actually found that I didn't say those things about myself. I actually acknowledged that I had a great day, that sometimes I did some fantastic things, that actually I looked pretty good in that outfit today, or my hair fell nicely. So what it showed for me was that I wasn't this negative person, and I didn't have this low self-esteem. I actually had a lot of aspects about myself that I quite liked. And that inadvertently really did help boost my self-esteem. And the more I listened to my body, the more I acknowledged what was going on in my body, the more I actually accepted that this is who I am and I'm actually not that bad. So self-esteem and your menstrual cycle, it really does correlate. There's research pieces that show that in the premenstrual phase of your cycle, women do have more negative talk. It's a research piece. If you want the information, feel free to contact me and I can send you one of the reports that I found. So it happens. But the importance of understanding this in your menstrual cycle will allow you to get on with things. You don't dwell on it as much. You don't think, you don't collude with yourself and go into a spiral down. You just know that, hey, this is because you're feeling bloated, heavy, your estrogen and progesterone levels have dropped dramatically, which are normally things that make you feel a lot better about yourself. They're low, your skin's changed, your hair's changed, all because of the hormones in your body. But when you know this, and when you know that it is just hold on, take a big deep breath and hold on for another couple of days, and you'll be in a completely different phase of your cycle. And that really does help my self-esteem. So I'd love you to start charting, give it a go, start learning about what you say to yourself at different times of the month, even if that is the only thing you charted was, what's your self-talk like today? And I think you'd be surprised that you actually have this capability of loving who you are, that you have got wonderful things about you, and it's worth getting to know. So stop the taboo and get to know your menstrual cycle. Understand what phase you're in and make it work for you, because it does for me. Have a great day. Bye.